So, I just saw episode 5. There's a lot of stuff to unpack, so let's take it one at a time. First, I'm gonna say we got a lot of information in this episode, a lot of questions, but all in all, it was an awesome episode. Except with one problem I'm starting to have, and we'll get into that a bit later on. Oh, let's see. Right at the beginning, we get another flashback with Anos and the new guy. Seems to be a servant of his, Shin. They're fighting a great spirit of water, Lignon. I think she was the girl that was when they were doing the alliance to isolate all the races. Now we see that Shin wanted to fight her instead of Anos out of loyalty, just not waste Anos' time. But they also had a small bet, so to say. If Shin defeats her in one hit, he gets a reward. And of course, Shin defeats her pretty fast. He seems to be very strong. I actually like his look, like a loyal, honorable look, and so on. Hopefully we get more of him. I got a good first impression. Now, the thing he asks for his reward is to also be reincarnated. But there's also a catch for him. Since he's not that good at source magic, he's gonna forget everything basically. His sword skills and so on. He's gonna start from zero in his own words. But he doesn't have a problem with that. He still agrees to it. I'm gonna assume just out of loyalty for Anos. That's why I kinda like him. He seems to be your best friend or second in command or something like that. Good on you, Shin. I like you. Now, we'll also get more information about Canon. He seems to have 7 sources. And he cannot die. Every time you kill him, he just comes back. Because Anos apparently has killed him a bunch of time. But he just doesn't stay dead. What's up with that? How do you have 7 sources? I don't know. And somehow he's stronger at source magic than Anos. What does that entail actually? Is it just a gimmick because he's a hero? He can do something that Anos can't do because he's the Demon King? What exactly does it mean he's just stronger? By how much also? Another question we have about Canon. He seems to be this mysterious hero. Now, Shin also gets sent to find another great spirit. In this case, Reno. We don't know great spirit of what. Next time, maybe we'll find out. I really want more information about Shin. Actually, I'm starting to like him quite a lot. Now, back in our main setting, 2000 years into the future, or back in the present, so to say. We're back in the class. And as you remember in the previous episode, they got the scepter, which was supposed to give them a score of 100, a perfect score, to pass the exam. But apparently, somehow, someone stole the scepter, and they're only gonna get a 70 as a temporary score until the scepter is recovered. But there's a catch. And Anos, Mr. Sherlock Holmes over here, instantly solves the case. We see that the scepter was stolen by a student who was trying to sound smart over there, being your typical bully, for lack of a better term. And Anos just goes straight to him and pulls out the scepter out of him. Okay. But there's also something else. That student was put up to steal the scepter by the teacher. And here we are at my problem. What's up with this teacher? Every time, in every episode, she either has a snarky comment, does something. What's up with you? What do you want exactly? Are you that stuck in your mind with the royalty is the best thing ever since sliced bread? Are you indoctrinated, or I don't know? Is she gonna have a role in the series? Is she gonna have a change of mind? Because she's starting to get annoying, honestly. Like every episode, she just has to do something or say something. But let's get over that. Hopefully she's gonna go away or have a change of mind. We see we're getting a transfer student, and in this case our main character is not the transfer student. A nice role reversal, so to say. But we see that this transfer student, Ray, that's his name. What was his last name? Grand Story, if I remember correctly. So, Ray is not a fan of the royalty thing. as everybody is, and wants to join Anos' team. But he gets flat out rejected instantly. I like that. Sorry about that, I'm losing my voice over here. Now, we also find out that Anos has a fan club right now, or most likely, by the looks of it, it's another harem. He has his own harem of the two sisters, Misha and Sasha, but he also has a side harem led by Misa, who seems to be half spirit and half demon. She's also a misfit in a white uniform. Now, must be nice, Anos, having your side harem, your main harem. Is she gonna join your main one? I don't know. Maybe later on. But there's also something more about this fan club. They want to unify the entire demon race, like get rid of the royalty thing, every hybrid, just one unified race. Which sounds pretty good. We also need this in our real life, would be nice. Now, they're backed up by a demon lord. Who is he? Is he actually a good guy? Quotation marks, good guy, or does he have some sort of agenda? We don't have any more information about him. Would be nice if he was a good guy, but we'll see later on. Now, there's also a test, another test, where they're supposed to be trained in swordsmanship by two demon lords. Now, for somebody to actually get trained by these demon lords, they have to pull out a sword out of the ground, which seems to be able to drain the magic of anybody who's touching it. Oh, only two people were able to draw it out. Anos, of course, and our transfer student Ray. But before that, we also get some more information about a holy sword. It was made by a human swordsmith, was inhabited by a spirit, and also blessed by all the gods. And this is supposed to be the only sword that Anos can't use. Was it the sword that Canon was using or some other sword? That was a nice little bit of information. That sword might play a very important role in our story going forward. Oh, we see our two characters pull out the swords. Now, right after Ray was refused to join the team, they made a small bet, so to say. If you can prove yourself, we'll have a talk about you joining the team. Now, we go forward and see Anos' team composed of him, Misha and Sasha, facing Ray, and Misa's fan club joined Ray's team on Anos' suggestion to have a friendly competition, so to say, see if they're all worthy to form a team. It was a pretty nice fight, honestly, especially what Anos did. But before that, we also see that the sisters, Sasha and Misha, got stronger, but they don't know why. Anos knows why, but it leaves it up to them to figure out why. And we see that the reason they got stronger was because their sources got fused with their past selves when they were saved last episode. Pretty nice, pretty nice. They needed a bit of a power up to actually be relevant, let's be honest, because Anos was just going left and right and killing everything and doing everything. They needed a power boost. And their power up was pretty damn good, especially Misha when she formed the castle instantly. Also had a nice big ass cannon, felt like a railgun. But the most important thing about them, they seem to be like opposite fire and ice. They also have a fusion magic, the Necron special magic. They formed the Ice Fire Storm when they're fighting the fan club, Misa's group, so to say. And they actually won pretty decisively. Now, our main duel, so to say, was Anos versus Ray. We see that Ray seems to have some memory problems, doesn't remember properly how to use a sword, but he gets better the more he fights. Now, Anos, being Anos, of course he doesn't use a proper sword. Here, I have my branch, dude. Let's fight. Was a pretty good fight, reminded me a bit of Bleach. I think they also gave a nod to Bleach there. when they were fighting, they were actually affecting the environment around them, breaking mountains and so on. A river dried up. They were going pretty hard. If you remember the fight between Ichigo and Aizen, was basically the same thing. They were so powerful, they were affecting everything around them. Well, Ray seems to be pretty strong, holding his own, getting stronger the more they're fighting. And of course, Anos wins, but you gotta give respect to Ray for how good he did. Really nice. We'll see. I'm actually curious. Like, if you guys remember, at the beginning of the episode, we met Shin. Does this mean, and even Anos mentions, that he knows somebody that looks like him? Does this mean that Rei is Shin? Or is he somebody else? I don't know. Honestly, don't think he is Shin, mainly because of how he looks. Shin is taller and a bit bulkier, so to say. We see Anos reincarnated in his same appearance, basically. Does this mean everybody, when they reincarnate, they take the same appearance, or can they take a different appearance? I'm gonna say he's not Shin, but I might be wrong on this one. We'll see later on. Now, all in all, was an awesome episode. A bunch of information. Oh, I also forgot those two Demon Lords. They got defeated instantly in the sword test. Was actually pretty funny. They feel like canon fodder characters. I don't know if they're supposed to be that weak. What's up with those two guys? Just fell down instantly. Oh, so it seems we're meeting more and more Demon Lords. The one I want to meet the most is the one that's backing up the Unitarian system, or Unitarism or something like that was their movement name, wanting to unify the entire demon race. The guy who's backing up Misa's fan club / harem group. So, overall, I enjoyed the episode. I'm excited to see the next one, so let me know what you guys thought about it. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye bye.